In this video, we'll talk about what exactly are triggers and in what scenarios we should be using them. And while we do that, we'll talk about two important types of tables. One is called as the inserted table and the other one is called as the deleted tables. Also, we'll talk about two different kinds of triggers, that is called as the instead of trigger and the after trigger. So let's first start with this video by describing what exactly are triggers. Now, triggers are nothing but they are logics. They are logics like stored procedures, which can be executed before the updation happens on a table or probably after the updation happens on a table. So in other words, if you want to go and execute pre-processing or post-processing logic, after the updation or before the updation, you can use triggers. Now there are two kinds of triggers. One is the instead of trigger and the other one is the after trigger. Now the instead of trigger actually executes, before the updation happens on a table, and the after trigger actually executes after the updation has already happened on a table. So now what we'll do is in this video, let's go and demonstrate first what exactly is trigger, and then we'll go and demonstrate about inserted and deleted tables, and later down the line we'll go and try to see a demonstration of instead of trigger and after trigger. So in order to demonstrate triggers, what I've done is you can see that I have created a very simple table here called as TBL customer. And this TBL customer table has two fields here. One is the customer ID and the other one is the customer name. Now what we'll do is we'll go and write a very simple trigger here which will actually fire on every insert, update and delete operations on this TBL customer table. And that trigger will go and update an audit table, and in that audit table we will go and record the time on which that insert, update or the delete operation happened, right? So let's go and create a very simple audit table first. So let me just click on new table here, and in this audit table we'll go and create a field called as last updated time. So this last updated time field will have the time, date and time, when the insert, update or the delete operation actually happened. So I'm going to go and name this table as audit. Must be I can just put some good naming conventions here. TBL audit, right? Now let's go and create a trigger on this TBL customer table. So we'll go and create a trigger that will go and make an entry into the audit table, when the insert, update and delete operation happens, right? So in order to create a trigger, click on this plus sign here, and you can see that there is a folder of triggers over here, and we'll go and expand this folder here. Now let's go and right click on this folder here, and we'll say click, and we'll click on new trigger. Now once you click on the new trigger menu, you can see that he has opened up a templated code here, and by using this templated code, we can go and create a new trigger. So the way the syntax goes for creating a trigger is, first thing is you have to write create and then say trigger, the trigger name, and on which table the trigger will be executed, and on what kind of statements the trigger will be executed, right? So it will need three things: trigger name, table on which the trigger will be executed, and on what kind of operations the trigger will be executed, right? So let's go ahead and start filling this templated code here. So I'll go and create a simple trigger here, and I'll give the name as trigger update. Okay, and this trigger will fire on the table TBL customer, right? So we'll give here the name of the table TBL customer, and we would like that this trigger should be executed on insert, update as well as delete, right? And the next thing what we need to do is we need to now write the code which will execute once this trigger fires. So that code will go over here, and in this trigger what we'll do is we'll go and make an entry into the TBL audit table with the date and time in which this insert, update and delete operation has happened. So in this trigger we'll go and write a simple logic here saying insert into this TBL audit table, so insert into this field last updated date and time, the current date and time. Now the current date and time we can get by using this get date function. So this get date function helps us to get the current date and time from the system. Okay, so I'll just go and check the syntax here. Everything looks fine. So what we have done here, so we have said that we are creating a trigger called as trigger update, and this trigger update will actually go and execute on the table called as TBL customer, and it will execute on on all the operations, so whenever insert happens or a delete happens or update happens, it will go and fire a simple insert onto the TBL audit table with the current date and time, right? So let's go ahead and execute this this create syntax, and you can see that he has said command has successfully completed. Now if you go and refresh this triggers folder here, so if I go and refresh this, you can see that he has created a simple trigger here called as trigger update, right? Now what we'll do is, now let's go to the TBL customer table, and let's go and fire some inserts first. So as soon as we fire the inserts, right, it should actually go and make an entry into the TBL audit table, right? So currently in this TBL audit table there are no records, so you can see the last updated time is nothing here. But as soon as I go and make an entry into this TBL customer table here, I should start getting some records over here, right? So let me go to the TBL customer table and let me start doing some inserts over here. So now let me just go and insert a record here. So I'll just go and insert a record called a Shiv. Now if I go back to my audit table, right, you can see that he has made one entry here with the date and time, when this insert actually happened, right? In the same way, if I make one more entry of record here, and if I again go and fire the select statement, again you can see one more entry, right? In the same way, if I go and delete this, remember that this trigger was enabled for insert, update as well as delete, right? So again I should find one more entry of record here. There it is, 3. In the same way, if I go and update this record, again it should show me one more entry of record. So you can see one more record entry he has made. So in other words, triggers are nothing but they are logic. So triggers are nothing but, just I'll go and open the trigger code here. So triggers are nothing but they are logic. Logic means currently our logic is that we are going to go and insert into the TBL audit table, right? So they are nothing but they are logic which actually fires on every insert, update and delete operation which happens on the table. So that was a brief explanation of trigger. Now, currently if you see this example, right, this example is a very lame example, right? In other words, when I make a insert, update or delete operation here, he just goes and inserts the updated date and time. But this is not really a good audit information. What we would like to have the information here is the old and the new value. So for example, now the old value is Shiva, and if somebody goes and updates this to Shiv, then probably I would like to go and see her record saying that okay, this is the last updated date and time, the old value was Shiva and the new value is Shiv, right? So I would like to go and add some more information to this audit table to make it more reasonable, right? Now in order to do this, right, you need to somehow have access to the old records as well as the new records. So in other words, whenever I go and update this value, right, the trigger from somewhere should know that okay, this was the old record and this was the new record, so that he can make appropriate entries into this audit table. So for that, we have two kinds of temporary tables created by SQL Server. One is called as the inserted table and the other one is called as the deleted table. So let's try to understand both these tables, inserted and deleted tables. Now in order to understand the concept of inserted and deleted tables, right, let's go back and flip to the old diagram by which I started the video. Now whenever you go and fire any insert, update or delete query on the table, all the new records actually go to the inserted table. So all the updated and the new records, they are present in the inserted table, and all the old values are present in the deleted tables. So for example, now let's say that you have Shiv and you want to update to Shiva, right? So if you do that, then the old value that is Shiv will be present in the deleted table, and the new value that is Shiva will be presented in the inserted table. Now what we'll do is we'll go and take both these tables and we'll try to go and add these two information, that is the old value and new value, into the audit table. So what we'll do is we'll go and modify our audit table structure and we'll create two fields. One is the old value and new value, and we'll try to fetch those values by using this two temporary tables of SQL Server, that is inserted and deleted. So let me go quickly to my SQL Server back again, and let me go and open the TBL audit table in the design mode. And what I'll do here is I will go and add, now in our TBL customer table we have one column called as customer name, right? So what I'll do is I'll go and add two fields here. One is the old customer name, right, and other one is a new customer name. So whenever any updation happens on the table, we will fetch the old values into this field here, and we'll fetch the new values into this field over here, right? So the old values we will get from the deleted tables, and the new value we will get from the inserted table. Now the next thing what we need to do is we need to go to the trigger, and we need to go and take the old values and new values from the inserted and deleted tables, right? So what I'll do here is I'll go and declare two variables here. One variable I'll say as old value. This I'll make it as a type varchar 50, and the other variable, Control C Control V, new value, which will be fetched from the inserted table, right? Now the next thing what we need to do is we need to go and fetch the old values from the deleted table and the new values from the inserted table. Now before I start writing the code, right, I would like to talk two things about these inserted and deleted table. The first thing, which I've already spoken in the middle of the video, inserted and deleted tables are temporary tables which are created by SQL Server. Point number one. The second important point to remember is the table structure of both inserted and deleted are same as the table on which you are doing transactions. So for example, now currently I'm doing transactions on TBL customer, right? And the table structure of TBL customer is that it has customer ID and customer name. So the inserted and the deleted table will also have the same table structure. That means they will have two columns. One is customer ID and the other one is customer name, right? So the first thing is, let's go and fetch first, the old values. Let's fetch the old values first, and after that we'll go and fetch the new values. So fetch the new values. So in order to fetch the old value, we'll first go and query the deleted table. So we'll say select old value from customer name, from the customer name field, from the deleted table, I'm sorry, right? So this will actually go and fetch the current updated value or the new value, from the deleted table. And the second, for the new values, we'll query the inserted table. So @ new value from the inserted table, and both these values we will go and insert into the audit table. So if you remember, right, in the audit table we have two columns here. One is the customer name, old customer name, and the second one is the new customer name, right? So we'll go and fetch into old customer name the old value, and in the new customer name we'll fetch the new value. And let's go and fire execute. So our trigger has been updated. Great. Right, now the next thing is, now let's go and test this. Okay, so currently I'll just go and edit my audit table, and let me go and delete this. Let me go and just clear off this audit table. Now let me go to the customer table and let me edit the customer table. So let me first go and insert a record. So I'll say to Raju, and now let me go to the audit table here. So if I go to the audit table, you can see now, because this is a new record, right, the old value is null and the new value is Raju. Now what I'll do is let me go and update Raju to, let's say, Raja. Now if you go and execute the query, now you can see he's saying that the old customer name was Raju, the new customer name is Raja, and it was updated at this time, right? In the same way, if I go and delete Raja, let's say, and now if I go back to my audit table, now you can see the old customer name was Raja and it was deleted. So this null value in the new signifies that there is no new value, right? So you can see that by using the inserted and the deleted tables, how we are able to fetch the old and new values. So let's try to summarize what we have discussed in this video. We first started this video talking about what exactly are triggers. We said that triggers are nothing but they are logics which gets executed after or before the insertion or deletion or updation happens on a table. Second, we talked about two temporary tables. One is the inserted table and the other one is a deleted table. we said that inserted tables have the new values and the deleted tables have the old values. And we also saw a simple audit trail example, where we actually used both these tables to keep audit trail of the old and the new values. Now there are two more important concepts in triggers, and those are actually types of triggers. Now basically there are two kinds of triggers. One is the instead of trigger and the other one is the after trigger. So what we'll do is, in the next video we'll talk about what exactly is instead of trigger and after trigger, and we'll also see a simple sample demonstration of instead of and after triggers from practical aspect. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. In the next video we'll talk about instead of trigger and after trigger. Thank you so much.